Super Mario 64 was known as a game that revolutionized 3D platforming. Spanning across 15 separate levels, players were tasked with recovering the power stars needed to gain access to areas within the castle. Now, of course, this was the intended method for completing the game, but unless you have been living under a rock, you will know using BLJs, you can complete the game in record time. Oddly enough though, there's people out there that do not know what a BLJ is. I learned this recently, a couple of weeks back, when I decided to attempt to complete the game with 0 stars. I shared videos over on Facebook, and there were people asking me how I was doing the BLJs or was I hacking the game. It made me think an exploit as popular in the speedrunning community was as known as most would believe was indeed not as known to many at the same time. Even better, over the course of those days, I was able to get people to go out and finally do the trick themselves. Of course, there were those who complained I was ruining the game and I was ruining it for others. You're not having fun playing the game like that, most were saying, but in actuality, I was having the most fun I've ever had with the game in years. Those individuals too were having fun as well in their own right, but that's another topic for another story. You clicked this video for one of two reasons. One, you want to see me, a casual, complete Super Mario 64 without collecting a single star, or you want to know what the heck a BLJ is. Hang around and hopefully by the time you leave, you'll have an answer to, if not one, but both of your questions. So what is a BLJ? Sounds like slang for something dirty, but it's not. It's an abbreviation for backwards long jump, or simply short, BLJ. To do a backwards long jump, you will simply run, hold Z, and press A. This will do a normal long jump, but if you hold the opposite direction, Mario will go backwards. So basically, do a long jump, then immediately hold the controller stick in the opposite direction Mario is performing the jump. So, let's recap this one more time, because to understand a BLJ, you must understand this simple movement. This is a normal long jump, and this is a backwards long jump. You understand it now? Good. Now let's continue. The N64 version of Super Mario 64 doesn't have a cap on Mario's speed when he's going backwards. BLJs are possible in the original version of Super Mario 64 as well as the Wii and Wii U virtual version. BLJs can also be used in the NSO version too. However, the Super Mario 3D All-Stars version uses what is known as the Shindu version, which passed out the BLJ glitch. If you're playing on any of these versions, you'll be able to pull off BLJs with no problem. Granted, you understand how to do them. When Mario performs a normal long jump, take note of how he bursts off with incredible speed. Most casual players use this as a means of travel with how much distance Mario can cover in such a short time. Using a BLJ, Mario takes that same speed but applies it going backwards. Now remember, because Mario has no cap on his backward speed, he's able to exploit this. However, when Mario reaches the peak of the BLJ, the speed value returns to normal, erasing that stored up speed. That's where stairs and low ceilings come into play. If Mario can land sooner before finishing a BLJ, he'll be able to build up speed if multiple BLJs are performed. Take the first floor for example. The stairs leading to Baba Battlefield can be used to do a BLJ, but because the staircase is so short, not enough speed can be used to do anything. Even though the game intends for the player to visually see the staircase that leads to the second floor as stairs, the game's programming doesn't recognize them as such. This staircase is a slope, but not to confuse you later in the video, some slopes can be used to do a BLJ, just not this one. To get past the start door on this floor, we're going to go into the basement. Going through this door, we want to line Mario up 3 lines from this brick formation. Do a jump, and when Mario does the second jump, immediately hold right. If you do this correctly, Mario will clip into the wall on the first floor. Doing this trick might seem hard, but I'm here to tell you it's very easy to do. After much practice, I'm able to do this consistently as a casual. I'm here again to tell you that you can easily do this too. Just be patient and calm, stay relaxed, and you'll be able to pull it off. It's important you learn this setup because chances are you'll be setting it up again and again and again because the hard part is next. Once you clip into the wall, have Mario crawl into the corner like this. Chances are you might pop back out of the wall by mistake, but that's okay because chances are you mastered the trick to setting yourself back up. Once Mario's in a corner like so, do a BLJ while keeping yourself within the wall. Now Infinite, how the hell do you expect me to do a BLJ in this small spot? squad. Listen, when I was making this run, nobody, and I mean nobody, across all the videos I watched told me a simple trick to doing a long jump. Most gamers believe to do a long jump, Mario must be running before he do a long jump. And this is true for the most part. Mario must be in a running animation before he's allowed to do a long jump. And it's as simple as that, a running animation. By slightly holding the stick, Mario will walk, but if you nudge it over just a little bit more, say halfway instead of fully, Mario will begin running. It's at this moment we are allowed to perform a long jump. This is what we are going to do in this small space. And because we're technically in the basement, we have our low ceiling. Perform the BLJ and pull Mario back into the corner. Take your time, but make sure you continuously pull Mario using the BLJ requirements. Opposite direction. Once you have Mario back in the corner, he'll get stuck like this. Most videos will tell you to spam the A button. Not most people though, so I'm going to tell you not to spam the A button. Find a rhythm that works for you. Of course, you want to tap the button fast, but not too slow, or Mario will either pop out of the wall, losing the stored speed, or he'll stop doing the BLJ altogether. I found not spamming A yielded me more results than spamming. Of course, you can spam and get lucky eventually. All depends on how many times you want to go back and forth doing the setup. While Mario is building up the speed, hold right on the control stick. Once you stop jumping, Mario will blast off through the front door to the castle. You'll be in the area visible when you exit the castle. In this area, you'll start holding down on your controller stick. Be sure when you blast through the doors that you don't release your stick, otherwise you'll be soft locked in this area. While holding down on your controller stick, we're going to rotate the camera using the Lakita camera, using the right C button to guide Mario up to the stairs to the star door. Believe it or not, this is easy, but at the same time, it's easy to mess it up. Strange, isn't it? As soon as the camera is facing the stairs, Mario will blast up the stairs. As Mario is traveling up the stairs, turn the camera once more using right C button before Mario interacts with the key door. If Mario hits the key door, you'll either clip through the key door or you won't have enough speed by the time you reach the star door. All is not lost if you blast through the key door, but I'll come back to that in just a sec. On every attempt, I would always get caught right here like this. I would simply hold diagonally down towards the right and get through the door with no issues. Everybody else can have enough speed to get to the other side of the trap door, but if we get through the door, it doesn't matter. After clearing Bowser in the Dark World, re-enter the level and exit out to return to the lobby. Because we have 0 stars, we won't be able to leave the hallway. Of course, you could also save and quit too. Now, let's talk about the second floor key door real quick. You'll end up in here first, most likely by accident, while trying to get to the star door. It should be noted that this area has a low ceiling effect towards the stairs leading to the next floor. Though I haven't been able to do it at the time of making this video, you are able to blast through the walls to the hallway leading to Bowser. I was able to blast my way into the room with the Bob and Jolly Rogers paintings, but as many times as I tried, I just couldn't get to Bowser from here. I was at it for at least an hour, but I just couldn't make it happen. I will say though, this area is ideal for helping you get your rhythm down for performing the BLJ. I suggest while you're in here, think of it as your own spirit and time room and train away, because the next Bowser door will require your complete understanding if you hope to get through it. I'm calling all casual gamers who have never been able to do a BLJ prior to watching this video. Please send me a video to either Facebook or Instagram. Show me the power of the casual who can overcome the odds and make it to the Bowser from the second floor. After defeating Bowser and collecting the key, we can finally head towards the basement. I'm telling you now, this door setup will take days, perhaps weeks. I strongly advise taking breaks when you get frustrated. Remember earlier I mentioned a calm and relaxed mind is the way to go, and I admit that. Know that this door even ruins elite speedrunners. It's really that hard, but I am proof that you, a casual, can get through this door. It's all about your determination to do so. Once we reach the basement, we'll see the 30-star door and a set of stairs leading to the hallway going deeper into the basement. Here, we're going to line Mario up on the stairs like so. We want our left leg to clip into the top of the stairs and our right leg to be resting on the step. Also, we want to be parallel where if we run in the opposite direction, the camera will be lined up with the stairs like so. To achieve this, we're going to use the Mario cam. Position Mario where he's hugging the wall like this. Afterwards, gently tap on the control controller stick to get Mario off the wall where he'll be standing like normal again. Hit down C button and the camera should position itself like this. Again, this is how the setup must look. If it is not like this as on screen, the glitch will not work at all. The reason why this setup is so important is because Mario must run parallel with one leg on the top step and one leg on the bottom step. Once Mario meets the requirements, we're going to do a BLJ, otherwise known as a lobby backwards long jump or a long backwards long jump. Honestly, I don't know the proper terminology for it, but to keep things simple, I'll refer to it as just another BLJ. Anyway, do a BLJ. Remember the trick from upstairs? Once Mario begins his running animation, you'll be able to do one easily in this small space. That's why, again, practicing a BLJ from a short sprint is very necessary for this setup for it to yield a high success rate. Right. So, once you begin pulling Mario, you want to aim Mario's Peach right between the top step and the bottom step. This spot will allow Mario to build up speed, but for it to work, as soon as Mario lands, you must hold diagonally and left on your controller stick. Once Mario builds up some speed, he'll be launched to the wall near the gray column. You'll do a few more BLJs, and once you build up enough speed, hold on the controller stick. You'll do a few more BLJs, and once you build up enough speed, hold up on the controller stick while turning the camera with right C button. This will shoot Mario towards the star door. While Bowser's text box is up, hold down on your controller stick and make sure the camera is facing towards the star door. Hit A to advance the text box and Mario will blast through the door. For me, however, I don't know if my setup on the steps wasn't getting me enough speed or my angle on the door is off because I was never able to skip dire dots. I tried for days, but I couldn't make it happen. I was able to consistently do a BLJ most of the time, so maybe one day I can come back and try to go for a 0-star run. What seems to help me get this off with a high success is when I go to land with Mario, I allow him to guide his Peach into the steps. Once he looks like he's slipping into place, I then begin to tap A in a rhythm like the second floor key door room. Again, this is why I mentioned earlier to take the time to practice in that room because it definitely helps you so much here. Setting up on the steps isn't as bad as upstairs. Before you know it, you'll be quick at doing it. The hard part that's probably no fault of your own is clearing that banister. This stupid banister pissed me off so many times. Couldn't count how many times I would get the BLJ only to hit the banister and would have to start over. I found while building speed on the steps, I would start holding left when Mario gets launched. This helps clear the banister. Once Mario hits the wall, I would do 8 more BLJs and no more than 8. After 8 BLJs, Mario will lose all the stored up speed I was able to get. And of course, if we do less than say 6, that's not enough speed to clear the door. One of my followers on Facebook suggested if I ever want to clear dire dots, I'll have to generate more speed on the steps. So if you can build up enough speed on the steps before getting launched, then you can succeed where I failed and clear the game with 0 stars. Once you collect the second key, either re-enter Bowser in the fire sea and exit the level, or restart your game, granted you save and quit. Because you don't have 30 stars, you won't be able to leave this hallway neither. Now, back in the lobby, we can head upstairs properly. Now at this point, we blasted through the 8-star and 30-star doors. Both were difficult, with the latter being borderline impossible, but we did it. I'm here to tell you nothing can stop you now from completing the game with just 1 star. Luckily for us, the 50-star door has a set of steps leading up to it that's just long enough for us to do a simple BLJ. Here, we could spam the A button and blast through the door, but we made it to this point because we understand for the most part what makes a BLJ possible to do. So, let's do a BLJ. But of course, if you like after coming this far, you are free to spam BLJs, you earned it. After blasting through the 50-star door, we're now able to head for the 70-star door. This door is simple because we don't need 70 stars to open the door, but for the endless stairs to disappear, that's where 70 stars come into play. Of course, because the stairs are endless, we have everything we need to make it to the top. These stairs aren't endless, but rather the developers put what you could call an invisible barrier that teleports us back to the bottom of the stairs. But using a BLJ, we can build enough speed to blow past that barrier before it can warp us back to the bottom. While I was recording more clips for this video, I was messing around spamming BLJs when I blasted through the left side of the wall on the stairs and hit the loading zone for Wet World. Earlier in the video, you remember I was blasting into rooms and paintings using the BLJs. Most of the paintings can be entered from other rooms using BLJs. Press A, an awesome YouTuber who specializes in Pikmin videos, made a video of him clearing the game without entering a single painting. It's awesome, and I encourage you guys to check it out. I'll leave a link to the video to further explain. Anyway, after using the BLJ, we can reach the final Bowser world. Little interesting fact, even though we made it to the top of the tower, the game realizes we don't have 70 stars, and the Endless Stairs theme continues to play.
Mamma mia!
I would have never known about that. Can't recall anybody mentioning it, but maybe you could say you heard it here first. Once we make it through the final level and toss Bowser into a couple more bombs, gotta let our guy crash out real quick. We did it. We cleared the game collecting only just 1 star. I had a lot of fun doing this run. Officially, this was the first time I completed Super Mario 64 with as many as a single star. This was my personal record. My followers on Facebook were awesome, because if it wasn't for them pushing me and their encouraging words, this video wouldn't have been possible. So, to them, I say thank you. You guys rock. And hopefully, one day soon, once I find out my issues, I'll be able to beat the game with no stars. To my casual gamers who watch this video, you're able to either complete the game with 1 star or go beyond what I was able to do and finish with none. I'm rooting for you either way. I'll be revisiting Ocarina of Time in the next video, showing off my personal glitch run route in Ocarina of Time. Hopefully I'll see you guys there. Now, this is the part of the video that I asked. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. We finally made it to 500 subscribers, and I'm just shy of 2,000 watch hours. By liking the video, we can get this out there to others who might be interested. So I would like to thank you in advance for your help. This has been Infinite Zero. It's been a blast, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you so much for playing my game.